Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are gonna solve a lead code hard problem number of music playlists. Let's read the question first. Your music player contains 10 different songs. You want to listen to a gold songs and not necessarily different. During trip to avoid boredom, you will create a playlist so that every song is played at least once. A song can only be played again only if K other songs have been played. Given N and goal and K, written the number of possible playlists that you can create. Since the since the answer can be very large, return it to the modulo division of 10 power 9 plus 7. Uh, so the question says we have n songs, let's say song 2 and so on, song n. We'll have to create some G songs, let's say. We'll have to pick some set of songs from this, and that will create a playlist. Let's say we have a playlist consisting of S and S2 or some SG. This is one playlist. And in the question, it also says that this playlist contains at least there were two conditions. One is every song is played at least once. So out of n songs, at least all of them were at least present one time in this one. So that says that this n should be less than or equal to g. So here the question says this one. So g is nothing but the goal. And the second condition says that let's say if we play one song, like if I include S1 as a in my playlist, and this S1 should and given some K, and this S1 will occur after K other songs. Let's say some S2, S3, some SK. Then we can make use of S1 here only after K. Let's say if K is 3. So this will occur after three other songs S1. Uh, so now we have N songs and we have to create G songs out of it with K as a constraint. Based on this thing, we'll have to do how uh, the question says how many possible playlists we can make by following these two conditions. So uh, it one way of doing it is like at every step uh, we have n songs and we take one song out of n songs and we'll have to make sure if the 10th song we chosen, it should not appear in the before it shouldn't appear before K other songs. If it is the first time, we can directly choose it. If not, if it is already chosen, like if it has been included in the playlist, it should be after K other songs that are chosen. Uh, that is a brute force, like generating all those things, but it will take a lot of time to generate those things. But we should here the question says you only ask for the count, the number of ways to do it. So let's say initially we have G places to fill. Let's assume. Now in the first place, we place n songs. We have n options to choose. And then next we have n minus 1, then n minus 2, and so on. At some point, this n got consumed, like 0. Here we can make use of already using songs. How we gonna do is like again we have since we have using whenever we we done with k songs, let's say n minus k. From there we can start using the same instead along with the remaining n songs. We can also use the previously used this n minus k, so that will be before these songs can be used. Uh, let's say we have song 1 and song 3, and we need to make a playlist of 4. Playlist of 4. So and k, let's say k is equals to 1. Initially we use S1, then S2. Like for this position, I have three choices. I can keep S1 or S2 or S3. Let's say I kept S1. Now here I have two choices, either S2 or S3. So let's say I kept S2. And so far I've used two songs and K is greater than 1. So I can uh, so we says here I can use S1 again because I can repeat after K other songs. So S1 other song has been there, so I can use or S3 here. Similarly, we can use S2 or likewise we can add S2, and if we don't use S1, we have one more choice of S1 here. So to represent this one, let's say we have N songs and G songs to be included in a playlist, and we can repeat after K other songs. Then at first we have N songs times whatever the remaining we have, we'll have to solve for those one. And let's say whenever I use K songs so far, I K the K different song, then I can start repeating the other songs usually. So the way to do is this one is like uh, we will maintain number of use count of songs we have used. Uh, let's say we denote it with U. Initially, number of songs that we are used is 0. So we have n minus u choices in the first place. Then we'll have to solve for n minus u. Uh, either this u reaches till n and g minus 1 because I've used one song here. Else, let's say this used songs is greater than k, let's say, then I can use like uh, u minus k. Uh, I can use that many songs. Let's solve uh, because I'm reusing the same song So that's why this used count is still U, and we can solve for G minus 1 because I used one song here. And this sum of these two, let's say X and Y, will give the number of ways we can form playlist based on these two conditions. And the base case is whenever we reach it, X, this J becomes 0, we form one playlist. Uh, and there were nothing used at all. So that is the question. So that's all for this one. Uh, we can use a DP approach to solve this one. What we can do is either we do recursion and cache these two states, U and G. That way it will take you, this U can go up to N and the G will go up till G goals time. So that way N times goals times that this recursion can run after the memorization. We will be using top-down approach in this solution uh, in this video. So let's just define a dp of n plus 1 over plus 1. So uh, let's say if we have base case is like if goal is 0 and n is 0, then we have one playlist. So we have 0 unique songs in it based on this first condition. And for any goal 0, let's say, for any value greater than 1, we cannot form a playlist. That means we have 0. Is this clear? Because if it is n greater than, we have to, every song is played at least once. So for goal 0 and n is greater than 1, greater than or equal to 1, it is always be 0. So let's just define the base case first. This is the one, and this should for all goal 0 and for any value greater than n, it will be 0 by default in Java. So we have to go through every transition. So let's just say used here. This say playlist. This should be so. The first condition we have is, and this the answer can be very large. We have to modulo division with 10 power 9 plus 7. So we will be using a constant. Uh, This underscore notation is like underscore literal for very large number. It can be helpful for it helps in readability of a number. This is a valid notation in Java. Uh, so this will be the modulus value we need to division with. And let's say so for songs is equals to uh, we have n songs and we have used some songs times we have to do we have left with used minus one minus one. And so previous used songs times the current possibilities. And if used songs is greater than k, we have let's try to do modular division there as well. Mm, and we'll store this as long to avoid the, let's say if it is a natural number and this is also a natural number, and if we multiply it, it will leads to a long. But if you define it as any, it will overflow here. It fail it here itself. So it is better to use long, and then we'll convert it into integer. Now use songs plus what we have is used minus c plus one. Uh, this plus one, why? Because uh, let's say k is equals to one, and I've used one song. I've used two songs here. So and k is equals to one. So let's write it here. K is equals to one, and I use song one and song two. And at this point, after this S2 has been used, uh, I can use S1 here. So here it is one, then two, two is greater than K. So at this point, uh, 2 minus 1, uh, I think this should be less than this. So used is 1, 1 greater than 1, 2 greater than 1. So 2 minus 1, I have this one choice, 2 minus 1. So I have this, whatever the leftover will be the that many choices we have. So here we have used 2 and 2 minus k, that is 2 minus 1 is 1. I have one song to choose. Now uh, we will be using the same used because we are reusing the already used song, and we're gonna need a playlist of songs minus one, and we come the modular division. And at the end, uh, we will be having for n songs and g goals, we'll convert it into. So it will have the word answer, and then uh, it should be long as well. So let's try to run one case. It is becoming zero. Why is it? This is correct. Okay. And let's say I used one song out of n songs. It should be uh, like in the for first song to be used. I have n choices, but if I do n minus use, it is zero, like n minus one, but it should be n. So to compensate that, we'll have to do plus one here, and I think that will suffice. Yeah. Uh, let's try to uh, submit this one. Yeah. Let's try to do the time and space complexity analysis. So the time complexity will be like this loop is running n times and this loop is running g times. And so we can say we go n times go, and for space in the even in this inside the loops we are doing the constant operation, that's why it is n times go. And for space as well we are using n and goal. This will n plus 1 and g goal plus 1. I can just write it as okay. So this is our overall time and space complexity for this solution. And that's it for today. Uh, and thank you for watching this video. And feel free to like and share and subscribe to my channel. And let's meet in the next video. Thank you.